Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to start off with a few highlights from the year 2025. I remember this day. I was on Indian School Road and I was about to make a right turn on 27th and I saw a lizard hunter for the first. And so that was my first time seeing the lizard hunter in person crossing the street on 27th Avenue. Let me know in the comments. So I'm showing you a clip from one of my most popular videos, actually my top video of all time. This is just a clip. And I used to always go down Hazelwood area and just record what's going on in the streets around 27th Avenue. And sometimes I would just like turn around and re-record, the same thing and the same people and what's going on the streets. So what I want to do is just take you through a few of my clips from 2025 just to kind of review what an interesting year this was. So, Hazelwood area, as I always called it, you know, there was a block that I always called the hot block. And I used to come out here and I would record during the daytime and at night and in the morning and just all types of, you know, all types of hours because the thing about recording, there's not a certain time to record, daytime, nighttime, and so forth, because this area of 27th Avenue, and then like some of the same people, you see a lot of the same people all the time. Just like this person, I used to see her a lot out here on 27th Avenue, and I gave her a name. I always called her the thumbs up, thumbs down girl because she seemed like a really nice person. And my first encounter with her was in a different video where she had like was giving me like the thumbs up and thumbs down. Another memorable video is this one where two people are getting ready to cross the street. And this is actually Glen Rosa and 27th Avenue. And they're friends. And I would see both of them again, but at different times. I saw him again one time at the Mexican restaurant, and he wasn't doing that great then. And then I've seen her before, like her actually afterwards several times out here in different places. So I noticed there was like a story going on here on 27th Avenue in Glen Rosa, right here also. These are real people and real situations and capturing part of their life and what's going on. And you never know, like, what they're growing through in their own life or their whole story. You could come out here and try to interview people and talk to them, but you're only going to hear what they want you to hear, and it's not always the true story of what's going on, you know. So I'm not out here trying to interview people. I'm not interested in that, honestly. I'm not interested in, talking to people about their personal stories or anything like that of what they're going to tell me, which may not be the truth. And then I see her again on 27th Avenue. I always just like to observe and just learn that way. And I observe. And then sometimes when you're observing things, you watch other people watching them and they might not even be aware of it. Like in this situation, there was somebody walking behind her right here. And I was like, okay, this is kind of, huh, you never know, right? So I just kept like an eye on this situation just to make sure that everything was okay. And ultimately, everything was okay. And this is Glen Rosa right here. So I did a lot of recording out here and just, like I said, observing and people watching. Like somebody made a good example of what my type of content is. I'm more like that fly on the wall because that's what I am. I'm the person who watches and observes. I'm not interested in like I said, interviewing or coming into contact with people, you know, the situations going on out here or trying to you know, it's just because there's the thing about it out here. There's a lot of people that are not telling the truth, you know, a lot of people. So you just can't listen to just what people are saying, you know, that's the reality. And she gets back safe. And this place I used to record a lot too. These are like weeklies and they do connect to the radius on Glen Rosa from the back side of them. And this place in the parking lot is like full of activity. The police are always here. There's like always something going on, you know, in these apartments, I call them. But it's a very active area. The 27th Avenue corridor is nonstop activity. And this was the first time that I saw Ginny. It was around April of 2025, and Ginny looked good. She had glasses on. She looked great. You know, it's just the streets out here are rough. There's no friends out here for anybody. They may think they have friends, but they don't. And this person, I recorded a lot also. She even broke her arm one time and had to go in an ambulance. And I've recorded her out here a lot of different times out here. And that guy too. Yeah, just guess who he is. Take a wild guess. And one night I was recording on 27th Avenue in Glen Rosa by the strip mall. And I was just looking around, right? And then I noticed somebody. And no, not the person in the pink, even though their outfit is really cute. But I noticed someone else in a turquoise dress. And that person I would come to see a lot out here on Glen Rosa. And one night she was walking and it seemed like her leg was injured and her shoes were uncomfortable and she just seemed like she was not having a good night and I didn't know what was going on. So, you know me, I'm really nosy sometimes. So I just kept an eye just to make sure she was safe, like from a distance though, of course. And she was in a video called Knock Knock. And the reason I called it Knock Knock is because I noticed that off of Glen Rosa, there's these houses kind of in a dirt road area, kind of set back. It's like a weird setup. It's just unusual setup, I would say. And I noticed she knocked on this door and then she kept knocking and just waiting. And then she was okay. And then I left. Another time I was out in Glen Rosa on 27th Avenue checking things out and just observing, you know, what's going on out here. And I don't know, every time I think of 27th Avenue, I feel like it's like a movie of some sort. So this person right here with the blonde hair, I would come and I would see her out here in different situations by Indian school and so forth. And I kind of watched her evolve too, just like some of the other people that evolved out here. But when I think of 27th Avenue, sometimes I think of that movie called The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And it's like a woman who was like going through, situation and, suffering and so forth. And I feel like a lot of these women may have had some, you know, tough situations going on in their lives, and maybe a lot of disappointment in their lives too, with different things, just like the girl with the dragon tattoo from that movie. And sometimes people who report on them, if you notice, I never call them out of their names because I don't hate them. I don't have any, bad feelings towards them or something like that, you know. And there's that girl again. But I think that, kind of like that movie, they almost have to like fight for themselves out here, and to survive out here. And this is a tough environment. It's not as tough as some cities, I am going to take you somewhere to some tough cities one day. I am. And right here, you have somebody taking advantage of somebody, having them open up their purse to probably give their money or their situation, kind of that thing like, give me your money or kind of situation, and you have a lot of that going on out here. So it's not a good environment. It's a total environment that's totally against these women. And you know it's it's like everybody's like out for themselves in this environment. And so I remember this situation right here. This was so funny. This girl in the pink outfit and the white outfit, they both had really cute outfits, especially the one with the white outfit. I really liked her shoes a lot. Now, the one in the pink outfit, she's been out for a long time. Like, you can see her in different videos from different YouTubers, and she's been out, and she was like in the Royal Inn videos and stuff like that, and situation. She's been around a long time. So, this was really funny because she goes up to this car and she talks to this car, right? And so then I go on to show the girl in the white outfit and to show her cute shoes. Like, I love her shoes, and her outfit is so super cute. Like, that's an outfit you could just wear, like, when you're going out or something. But listen, the girl in the pink, she like goes to the car, right? She's pretty confident. She opens the door, but he won't let her in. The door's locked, right? And that just goes to show you always keep your doors locked. But she's just like, oh well. But it just goes to show you, like, out here on 27th Avenue, there's just so much going on. And yeah, the Mexican restaurant on Indian School on 27th Avenue, I would not, this year, 2025, there was so much going on in that parking lot. Basically, the parking lot is an open air drug market, mainly. That's what I'd say. I would describe that parking lot. There's so much that I couldn't show you here on YouTube. I couldn't show it because YouTube won't allow it. And then you can only edit so much and you can only blur so much. But yeah, it's rough out. The same thing goes with some of the apartments, in the parking lot on 27th Avenue. It's just amazing how things are just right in the open, in your face kind of thing. But as tough as it may look out here, there's a lot more tougher cities than here. And I'm going to show you one day. And like I said, I'm just going to pull up to a city one day. I'll just be, doing a live from there or something by surprise or something. You just never know. Stay tuned. And I look forward to 2026 with you guys. And happy holidays.